hang out with me. It'll be cool. Why'd that stop? Are we? Hang on a second here. Boy, I feel just about like playing that one more time. How's everybody doing tonight? So this is it. This is
Yep.
yeah, this is our thing.
Yep. This is the
So
stream.
yes, this is well, you know what? I love streaming with Mel. I always love streaming with Mel. So
Oh, why?
it's
Thank
always a
you.
good time here on the at the end of the galaxy, so to speak. Um, whoa, whoa. Hello, nurse princess. Hello.
Space buns.
Yeah, how you
I
do?
feel so weird. That's pretty cool. It looks.
Hello, princess.
I was gonna say
Oh
something
my gosh, how are
very
y'all
wrong.
doing? Whew. Hang on a second. Oh boy, everything's falling apart on me. Yeah, boy, it fell apart. Hurry, whew, boy. I don't know how the hell Darth Vader breathes in that thing. That's
No
a
idea
little.
either.
Well, you know,
Take
that's
special
that's
skills.
that's why he's always gasping, right? Whew, man, that was something else. So, um, before we get to the festivities, how's everybody doing? Kaiser Pineapple, how are you? Let's get nerdy. I like that. I like that. Miami Spice, what's up? Chris Mullins, how are you? Rabbit's here. Tweety's here. Lady Autumn Sky, how are you guys doing? Leby and Just Dawn are both here. Awesome. Love you guys. Keith Gregory. Keith Gregory is a 2 week champion of trivia because we miscalculated when our
Trivia
dogs had
biscuit.
to have surgery. So congratulations to Keith Gregory. He's reigning champ for 2 weeks.
Yep.
Crafting Emily, how are you? Mary Bernie, how are you doing? Crystal Clear, what's up? Let's see here. What is I don't know, I think I'm pretty much there. Princess Leia.
Yeah. Or something like it. It's what the box the wig came in said.
Oh my gosh, you have the fingernails to match. I mean,
Right.
this is awesome. Hey Raymond, how are you
I
doing?
should have gotten like the full like dress thing, but I'm like, you know what? You're only gonna see up to here anyway. A white top will do.
Yeah, it looks great. I mean, it really does look great. See, this is I am
I feel so weird.
why do you feel
I haven't
weird?
done any like dress up cosplay stuff in quite a while, so
Well, this is awesome. This is awesome.
grandma's asking for the mask back on.
Put the mask back on. I have to catch my breath for a second. That thing, I was like, so I polished my helmet before. Boy, there's phrasing in it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I polished my helmet, and boy, this thing's all it messed my hair up and everything. And there was a lot of chemical smell
Snape.
also in there as I was.
Hmm.
Is that your
Yeah.
Wookiee?
I don't know.
It's your
Well,
Ewok.
it's maybe.
Mrs. Meg, how you doing?
Well, it can't
It's
be a
your
triple because that's
Star Trek.
it's the wrong franchise.
All right, so let's. Yes, I did. Well, no, I really did. I've got. Okay, so this is my thing. Really sucked. I thought I was like, yeah, because I got all this stuff, right? Well, and Kaiser Pineapple can appreciate this because his office was taken down because he's getting floors and stuff done there, and so all my stuff was put into storage. I didn't know all my stuff was put into storage, and so I was like, "Hey, I need." And here's what's funny: like there was boxes when I was putting stuff in there, like said like Batcave on. I was like, "Don't I maybe need some of this stuff? Like I don't know what's in these boxes." And she's like, "Yeah, they're right there. They're right in the corner. They were the back corner, the very last thing." And I comment on that, put them in there. I was
It's
like,
always
"I
the
don't know."
way.
Yeah, and then so we go in there today. She's like, "Okay, well, I'll be like," I was like, "See those two first boxes? Right there's where we got to go." And she's like, well, "How do you know that?" It's like, "Because those were the two I said. Should these be in the back corner?" So we go through every box, and it was the back two. I was like, "Yeah, this is awesome," because time starts counting. As a streamer, when you try to do something like this, time works different. It sneaks up on you. But
Hmm.
anyway, you look
Yeah.
great, Mel. You really do.
I tried. I tried to do like a little like short as well that I haven't put up. I did. I've got like a little transition thing
Oh,
to add to
awesome.
my shorts because we don't wear pants.
That is awesome. So you want to tell everybody how this came about? I mean,
I
it's
don't
your
know.
idea.
Just I think it was a mutual idea. I don't know whose idea it was, but it was
I
just
remember.
from what was it after the first interview? So, when I first came on your stream when you interviewed me, I don't think you
Mhm.
realized that I was a nerd until we mentioned some like DC and Marvel stuff, and it's just like, hang on a second,
Yeah, it was like I think we were arguing about something. And I was like, wait a
maybe
second, but not like a bad argue. It's like, it's like,
discussion,
yeah, thank you. Yeah, discussion. That's not
a
a
discussion.
see. That's a happy argument. It's like,
Hmm.
gosh, I don't know. It was kind of like two Napoleon Dynamites going, gosh, why do they do it this way? But yeah, it was something like that. And I was like, we ought to stream this or something. And you're like, yeah, I'd
Oh, and
love
then I think
to. And
we were messaging something one night, and then somehow it came across like Batman, and it came across something else, and then something else, and it's just wow.
I think Batman's our connection, strangely enough, right? So I'm a huge Batman fan, and
Hmm.
actually, let's kind of go back. I guess we were talking about Marvel and all that universe, and I was like, well, I'm a DC guy. And I think you were like, yeah, I like a lot of the DC stuff. And I said, well,
Hmm.
Batman's my dude. And you said something like, yeah, because he doesn't have powers or something. He's just rich.
Well,
And I
his
was like,
power is money.
yes. And then it got into, which we still haven't, this was going to be our discussion. One of the many
Mm.
topics we said, who is your favorite Batman?
Still got to think about that one. We'll save that one for another stream, maybe.
Uh oh. I'm dropping stuff. Sorry. Oh, yeah, my bat mask, it's still in storage. I saw it. So, yeah.
Well, Mad Max has plenty of Flash T-shirts, although you don't really see below here. So I
Does he have a tank
have
top?
to do something else.
Because I see Valhalla running around the farm in his Flash tank top. I don't know why that'd be
He
funny.
did. He
Yeah.
did. But he wore it to bed, and I think it ended up getting overused in bed, and it got all like not in the way that you're thinking.
Fastest
But
man
yeah,
alive.
yeah, totally.
It's all about the friction. Wow. Well, that was a great stream. We'll do this again sometime.
Thanks, guys.
Whoa. Anyway, uh, so
Val, who wears clothes to bed? I don't know. Maybe I might get cold one day. Might get cold.
no tank top. Is that really
Maybe
clothes?
for fun.
I don't know. Yeah, Valhalla wants to run around in a loincloth Levy. It's like, oh yeah, yeah. But he's not allowed to, his wife said. So the problem is that I would be like, dude, go ahead and do it when she's not around. But then he probably would get caught, which isn't good.
Possibly.
So what? Okay, so we had. I can't see everything's. There you go. I hate the new
Ever
studio.
the professional.
I hate it here. Julia 543, how are you doing? Julia is from over at Steve Gosney's.
Oh,
And
cool.
Julia, this is Melissa Jane, and we have been planning on this nerd stream here for a very long time. Where we're going to talk about movies and pop culture and all that good stuff that just
And
aggravates
I'll
us. And
try
we
not to
didn't
sound
realize
too
that we
stupid.
were friends, like in a different way. Uh, so what's the hot topic? What do you want to start with? Should we? Oh well, Princess Leia.
Yes.
What's your what's your take on Star Wars?
I
It's
like
very
Star Wars. Star Wars is
yes.
cool. I don't know.
So, did you see? I don't know. I don't even know. I don't talk to people that don't take. I've never talked to anybody who thinks differently than I do on Star Wars. That
Mm,
sounds kind of weird. Um,
maybe.
and we just recently went through this new age of movies and everything. Did you approve of them?
Which one? Oh, all the new stuff.
Yes.
Oh, it depends. So, like the new trilogy, no, no, no. That was
Now you like a lot of the is it live action or the cartoon stuff?
well. I don't mind the cartoon stuff, but like Mandalorian. So it's just like after the hot mess that was the trilogy.
Hmm.
Thank God for the Mandalorian.
Right. Well, let's talk about that
Hmm.
real quick. So okay, so everybody knows we are the cool Star Wars kids, not the I don't know
The
whatever
fans of
happened
the
here.
originals.
Yes, yes, the originals.
Hmm.
Lady V, how are you doing? So when Mandalorian came out, what did you like about Mandalorian?
Probably that it was a little like I don't know. I'm trying to think. It's just it was different. They kind of brought back. God, words are hard. I don't know. Just brought back something, the element of from like the original Star Wars. So just like that whole gunslinger thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. It's a lot of people say that Star Wars was like a western.
Wasn't that George Lucas's whole thing? Was that Star Wars was like a western in space?
It's like for me before I started getting to like analyzing movies, we just like enjoy movies and then one day somebody says, "Oh, well the reason why you like this is because you like this movie and this is the same director or something." Whatever gets you down that rabbit hole there. But for me, it's like Indiana Jones and Han Solo are the same person, like 1,000 years apart. And
Kind of.
there's that kind of
It
like
helps that they were the same actor.
well, that is true, true. But it's they're gonna wing like he's gonna wing it. I mean, who swings from a whip, right? Of
Well,
course, I mean Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia did in Star Wars, and on the
oh
Death
yeah, they
Star, and
did
they're
too.
escaping. So, oh hey, Purple, how are you doing? So Mandalorian comes out, and the first time you see it, were you excited for it or not?
Mm, I can't remember if they already had leaked something. I don't know if I'd seen it before. I already knew that there was going to be the Baby Yoda, so I can't
Oh,
remember because it's so many like years. It's like what, like 3 or 4 years ago now. So it's like I don't remember. Why are things hard today? It's one of those days. But yeah,
well,
like it's just I don't think that there was as much excitement like at the start of it until you actually come across Baby Yoda because you're just like, oh my god, this thing is so cute, and it kind of brings back that whole like Yoda element to it. You know what I mean?
is that what did you fall for Baby Yoda?
Of course,
Yeah. See, I
he
thought he was a
was so
frog.
cute.
No, I thought
Oh,
he looked tasty.
so cute. Well, Baby Yoda eats frogs.
Yeah, I know. I think that's they're kind of telling you something there. You know, it's like a I don't know what it is. Uh, no, the I see it now. I'm a little bit different because okay, the whatever last trilogy deal. I thought it was
Mm,
horrible. I love though Solo. I
mm-hmm.
liked. I took it for what it was. Everyone, I think, kind of got on the bandwagon of hating everything Star Wars, and the the box office wasn't that good for it. But it came out between like
Mm,
what was it? It was Deadpool and I forget what the other movie was. But like Solo was like right in the middle of those two. It's like so, which was a
mm-hmm.
very weird thing. They're like, it's like why would you come out at this time of the year and everything? A lot of thought of it was that it would be it was Kathleen Kennedy hated Han Solo. She killed him in the movie and everything. But the trilogy comes out, and here comes Mandalorian, and I do not like Boba Fett. I never understood why everybody was nuts about Boba Fett.
I'm not a fan of the whole Boba Fett thing either.
From like
Like,
back
so
in
because they did like,
Empire.
yeah, so they did like the Mandalorian series, and then
Hmm.
like through that they ended up bringing back Boba Fett, and then they had an actual Boba Fett series, which only half
Yeah,
of it was about Boba Fett.
yeah.
What was the point?
Well, I mean, that's how the whole character was. It's like, oh, that's Boba Fett. Like I'm like, who is he? And he was like the most loved character that had just like 45 seconds of screen time in
I don't
Empire Strikes
understand that.
Back. Yeah, it was so weird. And it's, I mean, when you have your ship made into a toy, people really like you. And
Hmm.
by the way, it is Slave One. It's not Boba Fett's ship. Disney wants to rename it because I don't know why.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
didn't pay that much attention.
Yeah, they just renamed it. It's no longer called Slave One.
Oh,
So, um,
trying to remember if that gets blown up in the Mandalorian series, or if it's just Mando's ship that gets blown up. It's been a while since I've watched these things. I probably should have watched them. Probably should have watched everything in preparation for this, but I did not.
no, you don't have to because what we're talking about is feelings. Like, what are your feelings about
Mm,
and I mean, there's a reason why you didn't want to go back and watch it. Now, like Mandalorian, I did go back and rewatch it, and I say rewatch
hmm
it like I'm playing it in the background and stuff. I would like who's that guy like Ty Cobb or something? No, that's a baseball player.
Cobb Vanth,
Yeah, I like this guy.
the guy that
I
had Boba Fett's armor or whatever.
Yeah, that's smart. That's a smart deal. But he's also see, I like the actor Timothy Oliphant. Like he did a great job
Yeah,
here. I
I
saw the TV series.
I do like him as well.
Justified is like he was like a modern gunslinger.
I don't think I haven't watched Justified. I can't remember the last thing that I watched him in, but I do enjoy him in some movies. The only movie that I can remember him from is Go, and it's the most stupidest movie to remember him out of.
Go.
Yeah, it's with Katie Holmes and stuff. Oh my god.
I don't think I saw it.
It
No,
yeah,
of course.
it's I don't think many people
Did
saw
you
this
watch
movie.
Deadwood I know we've talked
It's
before.
from
You don't.
1999.
Oh wow. You don't
Wow.
watch a lot of westerns and stuff, which I mean it's understandable. You guys, it's not part of your culture. But he was in the show Deadwood,
Mm-hmm.
so that was supposed to be. I've not seen Deadwood. I've seen a couple
No.
episodes. So
I've heard of it. I don't think I've watched it.
Chris Mullen, here you go. Love Justified, excellent TV series.
I'll
Chris
have to
Mullen,
watch it.
Hazard, is it Hazard? Yeah, Hazard, Kentucky. That is about a. I can make that in a day, and I've thought about it. I need to go up there and maybe like film it, do a video of it. But I don't know. It'd be up to White Rabbit. Um. Okay, so let's go Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
You end Jedi, and then here comes whatever that was, the Rise of Skywalker, or the Last Jedi. You have Return of the Jedi, then you have the Last Jedi. I just realized that sounds stupid when you say those back to back.
I just can't get over what a absolute dumpster fire The Last Jedi was, and the Rotten Tomato score for it. It's got like
Oh yeah,
what?
it shot
It's
up.
got like 91%, and is like considered one of the best Star Wars movies. It's like, who the hell is judging this? Have you never seen a Star Wars movie in your life? Like, I'm sorry, that was abysmal.
Oh, and you said it the other day. Was it Ray? Her character
Nancy Sue,
is it
was
Nancy
it?
Sue?
No,
Mary Sue?
Mary Sue. That's it. Yep.
Yeah. And do you know the background on the Mary Sue stuff? There's like someone
I
like
don't know.
actually went and
It's
found that. Oh,
isn't
wait a
it
second.
just like just being able to like have all your powers all at once? It's like everything just comes super easy. It's just like, oh, I didn't know I could do this. Oh, look at this, I can do this super duper well. Who knew?
That there was like a Star Trek book. See, I don't read the books, so like if that's the type of nerd stuff you're into, man, that's not me. Like I was into the movies. And I hit that by. There's like a hair trigger over here tonight or something. I don't know what's happening.
Let's face it, you're the master of randomly pushing buttons.
Great shot, kid. That was one in a million.
Remember, the Force will be with you, always.
We'll see if that one gets a hit. Rabbit, thank you so much. Treats for Blue Dogs and Brown Dogs Recovery. Rabbit, we were told that Brown Dog has to start eating banana chips. And yeah, I can't eat
Banana
milk
chips.
bones. Yeah, well, he's got a weight problem.
So the vet called him fat.
Yeah. I said, you want to go ahead and call me fat too, don't you? I was like, because I can't help it. He likes Pop Tarts. Um, but also, I couldn't wait for that. So, Rabbit, double thank you because I got that clip tonight just for Mel because that's the original Death Star scene. That's not the special edition with the explosion. It comes out differently. That's the original, the 1977 George Lucas explosion.
It drives me nuts that they've changed the original movies so much over the years. Like not just like once, but they've changed it like multiple times.
Yeah,
Like
they
with every
have.
sort of edition, they've
Yeah.
like done something.
Is there anything about the originals, the change that you like?
Uh maybe like I don't think it's a bad thing that they added that extra scene with Jabba the Hutt and Han Solo before they get
You
on
like that or
to
didn't like
like
that?
leave. I liked it because it just adds a little because it was according to George Lucas it was meant to be in there,
Yeah.
but they didn't get time to do it. So it was nice that they were able to like add it in there, but it's weird at the same time. So I like it, but I don't like it because Jabba is animated there, and then in like The Last Jedi, he's a puppet.
Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. And I was going to say the same thing. First of all, I want to say thank you, Madcore. He said, I think I raided one of you guys. I'm not sure which one I went to. I still can't figure out how to raid. So I just say people, I'm like, look, like Madcore Beyond, go check him out. I'm going to go over there.
he raided my channel.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Guys, please be sure to hit that like and give those subs to Melissa Jane. The subs, they don't cost you anything, and it helps her get to that coveted 1,000. We're trying to get her up over there. And besides that, look at that. She's Princess Leia. I mean, how cool is that?
I went to all this effort, man. I put on a wig.
That is so awesome. That is so awesome. So yeah, you picked the exact place where I was. That's what I was going to say. I really thought that was cool. And if you haven't seen this, guys, it's on. There's a special edition, a behind the scenes thing of it, and it shows Harrison Ford. He walks around this guy. He's like just this like big. I mean, I don't know. You'd say fat, but he's just this big dude. He looks like one of those strong. Strongman competition.
Yeah,
games.
I've seen the original thing with like oh my god, it's so funny.
So it gives Harrison Ford that walk around.
Yeah, like what to look at, who to talk to, that interaction.
Yeah, and they had a box behind him that he steps up on, which was he stepped on Jabba's tail.
Yeah.
But man, am I so much with you on that. I hate computer, the CGI.
Yeah, Chris Mullins is saying, I don't think they had the technology back in '76 to do it. I think that they actually did some sort of suit thing, but they couldn't work out the tail.
That's a big story. I forgot about that. Yeah, how many puppeteers
I think they couldn't work out a lot.
They really did.
I'm sure a lot. Because I'm pretty sure they had some sort of suit thing then. But I remember something about problems with the tail. They didn't know how it was going to look.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like Jabba doesn't look right in anything anymore. It's got, and I love the old Jim Henson puppet stuff. Which we, again, guys, this is what got us onto this sort of stuff. Like
Teenage
we're just talking
Ninja
about
Turtles.
There he goes. That's it. You knew exactly where I was going to go with that. I left my Casey Jones mask in lockup.
I swear those original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies were like my favorite as like when I was young. Oh my god.
Oh, they're so
I was
great.
Like obsessed. So good. Like I hate the animated stuff because the puppets were so good.
Yeah.
They were amazing. Yeah. Even Splinter.
Oh yeah. Right. Oh, he was so, and like, there's that scene where he's like, "When I was little, Splinter," and he's like, I would mimic my master's moves. Hey, and he has like a little tiny mouse voice. I love it, man. I love it. And they got the jokes right. I mean, it was everything. I was a big fan of the cartoon. Still am. I haven't ever read the comics. And I'm trying to find the comics to get into.
I can't remember if Mad Max has any of the comics. I remember there was a comic. Was it like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle and Batman or something?
That's a movie that came out, and I haven't seen that. It's not on any of the Warner Brothers things. Tweety says, "Can you remember their names?" Yes, Michelangelo, Raphael, Donatello, and Leonardo. There you go.
All the great artists.
I have a question now.
He's saying he doesn't have them. Yes.
Wait, what?
Oh, Mad Max. He goes, he doesn't have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comics.
Well, Mad Max, you need to get the same one that I'm looking at. The Ronin is supposed to be the big one. It's like in the future, and there's only one turtle left. And it's a very
there we
dark...
go. He's got the Batman ones though. I see. I knew. I've got somewhat of a good memory.
So were those comics?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that.
I remember it as comics. So I didn't actually know there was a movie.
Yeah, they did a movie, animated movie of it. Well, now I've got
Yeah,
to
see,
have the
I can't stand
comics.
the animated stuff. That's probably why I haven't watched it.
Even the ones, the original, like the yellow jumpsuit, April O'Neil.
The TV series?
Yeah,
No, the TV series I watched. I remember the TV series.
yeah, it
Just
was
not the later movies of where they just looked weird. They looked
CGI.
weird.
CGI.
Yeah. And it's like I
Yeah,
watched that first movie with what's her name? The chick that was also in,
Megan Fox.
yeah, that's it. And I was just like, I don't like this. I'm like,
Um,
I don't like the CGI of them.
it's on Amazon Prime.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, because I was looking for it. I was like, man, if they had Ninja Turtles, like that's gonna be the movie we watch next. Caitlin, how are you doing? I love this. Look, talk nerdy to me. The Ninja Turtles though, that was see for me, it's all about the movies. I think the movies were just classics. They had real people in the suits.
Mm,
That time, that right when all the puppeteers and everything got perfect, then Toy
yeah.
Story came out and ruined it.
I do like the days of like the puppets. Like what movie am I thinking of? I think it's Never Ending Story and Black Crystal or something like that, where it's all like
The Dark
puppeteer
Crystal, is
stuff.
that it?
That's it, Dark Crystal, where it's all like puppeteer and it's so
So
good.
White Rabbit told me that I cannot watch the Never Ending Story because there's a very sad part in it.
There
Yeah, she's like, I
is.
don't
I
want
want
you
to
to see that.
cry every single time. And you know
And
what? And it's so funny because there's a big like dragon thing in it. I saw like a meme the other day of where someone had the actual like puppet. It's huge, and it was in a storage shed, and it was like this is so weird because it looks so lifelike. It was
really, that is so
mm,
crazy.
yeah. I'll have to see if I
You
can
know,
find the
like
photo. It's crazy.
there's got to be like some of that stuff out there, which is like it's like
Yeah.
yeah, Uncle Roy has the Ninja Turtle head.
Well, didn't they like sell off a lot of the costumes, or like people that like worked on the sets and stuff like that took things with them?
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, here we are. Darth Idiots, what's up, buddy? Here we are. Look at these things going, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. I can't believe this. And the people that were there on the sets going, God, I hated that job. They're like, I didn't get paid enough. I took it back. I took it out the bagel table, something like
Mm,
that. It's uh I don't know. It's weird thinking like how so much of that stuff pop culture that I mean I like the Casey Jones original hockey mask. Any of the like the Ninja Turtles, like their original, like Leonardo, his katanas. I mean, those things have got to be worth a
hmm.
fortune. So,
Most probably.
yeah. Uh, what is I don't know. I just you got me so far off there with the Ninja Turtles.
I know.
What's funny is right now we're reminiscing, and I
Yeah.
so much with nerd stuff is you have to get angry at something. So what can we? Is there anything anger we get mad at?
What besides the that last trilogy?
Uh, that's just I can't even figure that one out.
Like I just don't understand why you didn't have the same director for all three movies. So you had your first director, then you brought in another director. It's just like, no. I'm not gonna follow what happened in the first movie. I'm just gonna do my own thing. And then it's just like, well, that was a flop. And then bring back the original director who was like, oh no, now I've got to fix everything, and then rushes a whole storyline in like 15 minutes to try to
And,
catch everyone up to what was supposed to be in the last movie.
and that's absolutely the truth. You're that's what happened. It's the craziest thing. And
Yeah.
I hated Ryan Johnson. I'm like, this guy, what's wrong with him?
Yeah.
Like he's like, yeah, I've never seen Star Wars before, but
I'm
man,
like,
isn't this
I
cool?
know,
It's
it's just
like,
like, I'm sorry, how the hell can you, like, direct a Star Wars movie when you don't care about Star Wars? Like, I'm sorry.
yeah, I mean, it's the
Like,
weirdest thing. And then, did you see? Well, I don't know what fell, but I hope it didn't break. Did you see Knives Out? I
oh, no, I've been meaning to watch it.
He
I keep meaning
directed
to
it.
watch it, and then I keep not watching it.
It has a bunch of stars in it. Great movie. And I'm like,
Hmm.
this guy, he did this. I was like, I enjoyed this movie,
But
but
it's,
like,
well, I don't like, because look, if you look at that movie as not a Star Wars movie, it probably would have been a good movie. But the point was, he did a non-Star Wars movie as a Star Wars movie.
yeah, yeah. Chris Mullen.
Mm,
So she's talking about like the canon, like all the previous stuff.
yeah.
They're like, oh no, that matters now. It's just like being angry about that. You know what? That's what gets me is like now all the hours and think about that. How many hours people put into all that, and you're being told now it was a waste of time.
Mm, I know.
It's just a waste of time. It doesn't count. That
Yeah, because
sucks.
it's just like they do realize that George Lucas literally had like planned out an entire universe, right? So it's
I
just
didn't
like,
realize how
because
much
he
of
did,
that.
like, yeah. So it's like he did the original three because it's just like, oh, I'm just going to make a New Hope, start in the middle because I don't know if I'm going to be able to do any more movies. And it's just like, well, so many years later, and he gets greenlit to do all the prequels. But then, by the time it comes to doing, you know, 7, 8, and 9, he's already sold it all off to Disney, and it's just like, oh well, let's just do this to cash in on the name Star Wars
You know what
and
I
ruin it.
heard why he sold it to Disney when he did? Because there was a
Uh,
tax break that was getting ready to expire. And by taking advantage of that tax break, he made an extra $1 billion.
wow. Yeah, I don't blame him.
Yeah, I don't know what the total was he sold it for, but it was an extra $1 billion for that. Uh, okay, so we're talking about Lucas's whole thing, his whole idea, of the whole universe.
Mm.
Uh, I did not like the first the prequels. I did not like the prequels when I saw them. But now, after I saw the Last Jedi, I was like, oh man, these prequels aren't all that bad.
Well, you know what?
You know who I really like? I really like Jar Jar. I'm like, man, I could have used Jar Jar in.
Yeah, they did Jar Jar dirty.
Wouldn't Jar Jar been so much better than Ray?
Well, was it? They actually have the guy that actually voiced Jar Jar. He's in and I think he's in like 1 or 2 episodes of Mandalorian. They brought him back.
Oh, is he really? I
Yeah, but
know.
he's not Jar Jar. He's another character.
So he and oh, who's the guy that played Anakin? Hayden
Oh, Hayden
Christensen.
Christensen. Oh, he like I literally feel so sorry for the guy because like it's weird. So like the first 3 movies, like I don't know how he was directed, but he ended up coming across as like a real brat. So like
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, the first kid and then Hayden Christensen, they had the character playing like a super brat.
Yeah.
Whereas if you watch Clone Wars, the actual like animated series, it makes more sense of the Anakin character because he's not a brat in that animated series. So, like, you actually see Anakin as a more likable character. It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, shouldn't he be though? I mean, if he's like
Yeah.
the chosen one, right, or whatever, it's like
Hmm.
everybody loves him. He should be, all this stuff, and then I mean, to keep it simple, the first movie he chose the dark side because it was easier.
Well, because it also, like, there's a whole thing about the light and the dark side within that whole uh, animated series as well. So there's like I think there's like 3 episodes of where they end up in this other, like, I don't know if it's dimension or planet or something like that. We did rewatch it not too long ago, and again, I forget, and I say my memory is good. Where, they end up where, it's like the father, and he's got like the daughter and the son, and one's the light side, one's the dark side, and the father is the balance. And the father is like, I'm dying, and goes to Anakin, you have to take over. And he goes, yeah, no, I'm not taking over. And then everything all gets destroyed.
And this is in Clone Wars?
Yeah, this is in Clone Wars.
So I've never saw it, because my thing was I
There's
always
like
wanted to see.
There's like 7 like seasons.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like most of it, I'm not too fussed on watching, but there's a few actually there's a movie as well. So there's just a few certain things that are like really like good to watch. And those 3 episodes is one of them. And also the development of the like Ahsoka character is really good as well. So I actually can't wait for that series to come out. I think it's in August.
Okay, so Ahsoka, like, she's new to me. Okay, so
Yeah, because you haven't watched Clone Wars.
No, because you know why? I wanted to see Jindy Tartakovsky's, and you can't find it. The original cartoon one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone. Why is that?
They don't want anyone to remember it.
Evidently, you can't.
There's a few things that are like that.
It's not in a pirate's chest or anything. Well,
there are a few things that are completely lost to the universe because someone hits delete, or someone takes a reel of film that they shouldn't have, or that's
Isn't that
taken.
Weird? Isn't that weird? I'd like to. You'd have to get familiar with it, but it's like that cut I did there of the Death Star blowing up. That's from the Star Wars. Was it not Unbreaded? God, that's stuck in my head now. Not undigitized, but what is it they call it? Special edition. It was probably no, I don't have it up anymore. Anyway, they strip all the stuff from that was added into Star Wars, and they're trying to reproduce the originals. And there's a whole group of people doing this, and the problem is that they want the original film. You can't.
I don't
find
think
the
it
original
exists
film.
anymore.
You know what happened not long ago was a movie theater in like somewhere in Ohio went out of business, and they found these reels in the back in the reel room, and it was Empire Strikes Back. And so the people, like, luckily they knew about this Star Wars thing going on, and was like, oh my gosh, like, here you guys go, and just let the internet nerds take over.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's probably a better way of doing it, handing it over to people that actually legitimately care than handing it over to a corporation who will do who knows what with it.
Yeah, I mean, just make everybody mad so you go buy new characters. Yeah. So the Ahsoka thing. So here's my question. So the Death Star gets blown up, right? Mm-hmm. Luke Skywalker, he saves Vader. Whatever happens after that, Ewoks and Wookiees frolic. Who knows?
Oh, there's another thing about that movie that. Anyway, sorry. Continue. I interrupted.
Are you gonna say you don't like Ewoks?
No, I'm gonna say that I can't stand that they changed the ending music.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was a big change. And I like the. I'm not a fan of the young Vader ghost.
No, neither.
Wait, hold on. Did they end up making Obi-Wan Kenobi, young Kenobi?
I don't think so. It's stupid. Like, it really is. Like, I don't reckon they should have done it.
Mm-hmm.
And their whole justification of it was like, oh, that was when Darth Vader was, still on the light side. That was when he was still a Jedi. Whatever. Technically, at the end, he kind of is good again when he dies.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point.
So that justification goes out the window.
Yeah, I'm with you, Julia. There, The Force Awakens, and then it's like I stopped watching Star Wars. Everything.
Yeah.
Toy Box Brain, how are you doing?
Pretty much pretend that there's nothing.
Yeah, you have to just ignore it. let's see. So okay, yeah, but we're talking about Ahsoka or whatever her name is.
Mm.
So the Death Star's gone. The Empire is on the run. What's she doing? She's hanging out.
Well, I'm pretty sure. So the end of there's also you know how like there's the Clone Wars series and there's the Rebel series. So the Rebel series is that time of like Luke, all of those three movies. That's the time that Rebels is like running through, and at the end of that, the end of Rebels, Ahsoka meets up with one of the other characters to try and find another character. That's how I interpret the end of Rebels. So they've got a whole sort of like backstory of other characters that are doing stuff throughout, you know, all the original trilogy. And then towards the end, I think at the end of Rebels, they show the stuff that happens at the end of, like with the Death Star and all that blowing up. I haven't gotten that far yet. We're only halfway through. We're watching Rebels.
No. It's on. See,
I probably
also,
don't make sense. I probably don't make
well,
sense.
it's
all
hard
on
for me
Disney
because
Channel.
I haven't seen any of that stuff. It's on Disney.
Yeah, so
Right?
Mad Max is like Ahsoka is fighting with the Resistance, like a background advisor. Yeah.
What? Okay, so resistance. What were they resisting?
The man.
I mean, right? They were in power.
Yeah.
I mean, it went from rebels to resistance. It's like what?
Yeah, I don't know.
It was so weird. It was so weird. And then
Resisting
what's?
the change back. Who knows?
Yeah,
Just so they could be different.
yeah. It was something. It was something. Uh, so what are you excited for next?
Ahsoka.
That's gonna be live action.
Yeah, it's going to be live action because they already had live action Ahsoka in Mandalorian and technically in Boba Fett as well. So,
Oh yeah, she was in Boba Fett for like a
yeah.
minute or two. With
Yeah, she's in there for like a couple of minutes because they end up going from a Boba Fett story back to Luke and Grogu. I honestly, I think it's stupid that they put that into Boba Fett and then deterred from the whole Boba Fett story, and then ended up having like half of the Boba Fett series a Mandalorian story. But that's just my opinion.
But like it's like Boba Fett kind of like became like the old hippie. He's like he's walking around in a kilt all day, and he's like, it's like we're on Boba Fett. He doesn't talk, and he just like he has a jetpack. Jetpacks are cool, and next thing you know, he's taken over. He's like the new crime lord of this godforsaken planet. Yeah, that Ray has moved to.
Is it the same planet?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's wherever Luke is from. What's that called?
Tatooine.
Yeah, Tatooine. Jeez. Boy, I went blank. Told you I had a stressful day. There's a bright place in the galaxy. I'm pretty sure this is the farthest place from.
Yeah.
I can remember my quotes. No, it's...
That's so funny. I just remember, like, I think on, like, one of my computers, I had the sound of... I think when it was shutting down, I changed the sound to, please, don't deactivate me.
That's awesome. That's awesome. My computer's about to get deactivated.
Oh, no.
What's the... what was I going to say about that? So you had...
My wig is so itchy.
I'm sorry. I told you we don't have to go long. This is our first thing. This is our first one.
Yeah.
Well, there's so much stuff, and we are like two kids, and we don't have a focus. It's like one of the things like I want to talk about at some point is Back to the Future. Like for me, if you don't follow the Back to the Future time management, time travel, it's messed up.
Well, he does mess himself up.
You were going to tell me about the Spider-Verse and the multiverse or whatever. Yeah, I can't stand that stuff.
But it's just, I don't know why, because it's just like multiverse stuff has nothing to do with magic. It's like literally the way that I think of multiverse is literally like you got two different options. You follow one, and then the other sort of like option, it follows off into another possible direction. You know what I mean? And then like that other universe is a different direction that you took.
But why would you be jumping
That's-
around the universe?
I don't
You're
know,
just gonna
why
be in the
not?
same place with no friends.
Yeah. But I'll tell you one thing. So Spider-Man did multiverse a lot better than Doctor Strange did. That was just silly. So like in Spider-Man, they actually sort of like delve into different like multiverses, whereas in Doctor Strange they're literally falling through multiple like different dimensions. And it never really like you see sort of like a couple of dimensions, and then you see like random little bits of jumping through other dimensions. It's weird.
Caitlin says that her favorite multiverse was Loki, and didn't like the Spider-Man. Like Loki,
The second movie, Caitlin, is really good. It's really good. The second movie is a lot better than the first, in my opinion.
So like okay, like all like is multiverse, is that anything to do with time travel?
I don't think it is. I think
Okay.
it's just literally like the branches of like, so different sort of like possibilities, different dimensions running at the same time. But maybe some dimensions are at different states in time. So time works differently in different dimensions. I don't know. It's all science. I haven't delved enough into multiversal stuff. I like that Julie says, so multiverse is choose your own adventure.
Yes, thank you. Yes, it is. It is like, well, I don't like it here. It's like, oh, this place, it smells like, it constantly smells like vanilla and orange. Oh, I'm gonna
I
stay
don't think
here.
you can. I don't feel like you can really like, because the whole thing of a lot of the multiverse stuff is that you're not meant to go through and be in different dimensions. And so, like with Loki, variants. So events and people that pop up in time that aren't meant to be there and then are meant to be removed. So both Spider-Man and Loki, you've got elements of like enforcement to make sure that the timelines run as they should.
So, like, people that are jumping the timelines, they're just like helpers.
Pretty much, like, because Loki, it was like, so Loki's, because from Endgame, how they end up going back, changing the time, and then Loki takes the Tesseract, and then that's he ends up being a variant. So that's the Loki that ends up in the Loki series. Technically, he's a variant, and then like it's like an enforcement kind of thing that like grabs him and goes, "Nah, you're not meant to be part of this time, so you're coming with us," and then like yank him. And then there's like, it ends up being like all these other different like variants of Loki as well. But yeah, as Nicholas said, part of Loki absolutely made no sense.
Yeah, like I got lost on Loki. I was like, what's going on here? Like, I don't know, man. It's just okay. Here's my thing. Something I do understand that frustrates me. Let's go in game. You saw in game. So there goes Captain America, and he's going to
Yep.
go back in time and replace everything. And then he decides he's going to stay back there with Jennifer or whatever her name was. So he stays back there.
Peggy.
What?
Peggy Carter.
Yeah. She was married though to that dude.
Didn't he go back to before she got married or something?
Well, still it messes everything up.
Yeah, well then that creates a different variant. It creates a different timeline.
Like, would Agent Carter even be born? I mean, he knows who Agent Carter is. Is that right? Agent Carter, who was the one in Winter Soldier.
The niece.
Yeah,
The niece. I don't know.
He's gonna be sitting there going
that's
like,
that's one of the things that they don't want you to think about.
yeah, but you have to think about it. If it's a good movie, you're gonna be thinking about it. Guess what?
Because
Back to the Future is
technically,
over.
they've gone
I'm
around
happy.
and changed a whole bit of stuff. So technically, the stuff still exists, but they've created like a time variant.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah,
And
it is
shouldn't
very
he
weird.
be rich as well? Like Back to the Future, like Biff. Like you know who's gonna win like the World Series, so you bet
I
on it.
don't think that Captain America is the type of person to do that.
He is when Peggy's sitting there going, "I want a new boat."
Who says she does that? They might live a nice, simple life where they don't need any of that stuff.
Yeah, they don't need it, but I mean, you know, you're
Who
Captain
says she
America.
wants it?
What's he gonna do? Walk around? So like, how does he hide his superpower? He mows everybody's yard. He's like, God, I'm so
I was just
restless. I
thinking,
got
what job is he going to do?
yeah.
Be
How
like, you
much?
can't. Be like, well, you're going to have to get a fake passport.
And she's now an enemy of the state because she's with government property, like a guy who
And
is
wouldn't the
a
government figure out that he's there?
right. They're not gonna ever see him. Tony Stark, what's his name? The dad is never gonna see him.
Mm. Yeah, you'd have to go into hiding
Somebody's gonna look at the newspaper and
because she's
say,
working at she's working for the government.
"Okay,
She'd
so
have
if
to
a
hide him.
building's on fire, an orphanage is on fire, you're telling me that back in time, Captain America is just gonna let it burn down so he doesn't blow his ID?"
Hell no.
So
No,
see,
he won't do that.
I
Yeah,
think
there's too
he,
many loopholes. There's
I
too
think he's
many
much more
potholes with
likely
that.
to win the World Series. Ah! Oh boy, I'll tell you what, Guava, it is one of those nights.
Great shot, kid. That was 1 in a million.
Remember, the Force will be with you. Always.
That is the longest super chat video ever.
Well, I did it like as the music was playing. That's how I edit things. Thank you, Guava
On the
Ball.
fly.
Yes, it's you know what we should do is wait, hold on. Did I do that? What did I do? No, here we go. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Here you go, Guava. Oh wait, hold on. We don't want that. Well, I messed that one up, didn't I? I thought I could make your screen big.
I don't know.
How to. Boy, I messed everything up. That's not it. Look at this.
See
Boy, this is
where
all sorts of wrong.
button pressing is getting.
Here's the story.
Funny.
How's it go? Oh, wait, how to do this?
I don't know.
That's much better.
No,
That's
it's
the only
not.
one I have? Boy, I suck at this.
I don't know. Please change
Yeah,
it back.
anyway. There you go, Guava. You're welcome. With space buns.
Yeah.
Well,
cinnamon buns. Cinnamon buns would be tastier.
they'd probably be as itchy if you put them on your ears. I mean, just as
Probably.
itchy.
No, they'd be sticky instead of itchy.
Yeah. Anyway, so what is I don't know what are we talking about next? I mean, I don't know. Like we have had so much fun over the last couple of months going into a rant or something, and then it's like now I'm sitting here going, I don't know what all we have. I mean, there's so much. It's overwhelming. Everything we talk about, and then you get here, and then you're like, I don't know where to start and where to stop.
Well,
I mean, I feel
There's
bad
al-
if we
there's-
just made
there's
it all Star
always-
Wars.
Sorry?
I said I'd feel bad if we made it all Star Wars, but I kind of feel like we kind of...
Why?
Okay, yeah, you're right. I don't have to feel bad. All right.
Don't feel
Maybe we should have talked before this started.
Probably. But, you know, this is the way things happen, so...
Okay, so you see Star Wars for the first time, like the original trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
What was your favorite movie?
So, because I like A New Hope, but you know, like Return of the Jedi. I mean, you got the little Ewoks.
I hate that Ewoks are getting picked on nowadays.
Yeah, no. It's
I'm
just
like,
so
they're
cute. Like I love that whole like forest thing, and you know, like Princess Leia ends up getting knocked off her little thingy bobby and
pedestal
gets taken in by them, and then you know,
cannibals.
like the boys all end up nearly getting eaten. It's just so much fun.
And you know, Princess Leia, they give her a whole new set of clothes.
I know. Where'd they get the clothes from?
Yeah, right. I think you were telling me that, weren't you?
I can't remember. No, it might have been Guava. Was it Guava or was it Volstorm? It
Well, they ate
was one of
somebody
them.
beforehand, is what you got to figure. They ate other princesses, so
Potentially.
and kept the clothes.
That all they had, you know, like someone there that just makes clothes. Because that's my question for Guardians of the Galaxy. How did they get like outfit for like Rocket and like little baby Groot? Unless
He
there's
wears
someone
clothes
there
now.
to. In the second one, he does.
Oh, I don't know.
He has because he's like this big and he's got the teeny weeny like little suit. And he's like running around the ship in this tiny little like jacket and stuff, trying not to blow things up.
I totally don't remember that. Um, I like the first Guardians. I really like the first Guardians. I was so excited by the second one because of Kurt Russell, and then I'm
Mm.
like, I didn't enjoy the second Guardians.
Yeah, it wasn't as good as the first one. The Mantis character, she was fantastic, but that
Yeah,
was about it.
yeah. But then it was like, I don't know. I haven't seen the third one yet. I still
The
haven't
third
seen
one's
Top
so
Gun.
good. I haven't seen the new Top Gun either.
Well, see, that's acceptable for you. You're not American. It's big
I
in
watched the first
America.
one though.
Well, Tom Cruise
Mm.
has a need for speed. Uh,
The wig's itchy.
you're gonna have to. I don't
I'm gonna
know.
have to do this now.
You gotta
I'm gonna
figure
have
it
to
out.
figure it out.
You
I
gotta
need
figure
like
it
baby
out.
powder or something.
I was thinking that. I really was. I was like, baby powder. I was like, oh, well, maybe not. I was like, I feel like I was. I almost felt like I was making fun of you because of the whole like. I don't know if your courts do it, but don't they in British courts they still wear wigs
Oh
and
yeah, the powdered
the powdered
wigs.
wigs? Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know if that. I'm pretty sure they do. Like all the higher up.
That's awesome. Yeah, I felt like I was gonna be making fun of you, your culture
No,
and stuff,
I
and I felt
don't
bad.
do
And I
that.
was like, oh yeah, yeah, baby powder. It's exactly what I was thinking of. Um, well, hey, Guava, you'll be glad to know that Mel's going to get some more of these outfits and then do a calendar shoot. That's what
Who decided on this? You and
Grandma's
Grandma.
house.
You and Grandma's
She's
house.
she said that you get Mad Max. He knows how to take pictures. You guys have all these great pictures and
He doesn't know
everything.
how to do studio stuff. He takes photos of cars and rugby.
You know who does know how to do that though? You do. See, you got the whole person. I mean, all the overheads.
I've got to set it all up, and like I've got to pose. My
Yeah,
gosh.
all the overheads taken care of. It's awesome. It's the greatest thing ever. I'd buy a calendar, but I want every month to be autographed. I don't want just the cover. Guys, we told her the other day. I was like, yeah, like what was it? In July, put on there like stay warm because it's cold in
It's
there
winter
July.
here.
Yeah. That's so weird. That would mess me up. Like that would completely. I would. You talk about time not being real. If I was in Australia for a year, I'd be like, can't do this. No,
Yeah,
it
it'd be
is
very
not July.
confusing.
Yeah, I'd have to turn everything around.
Yeah, because
Uh,
when we went to New York, it was in, I think it was in June.
ooh,
So it was going from like it was going from pretty cold here to warm there, and then back to cold. At
Yeah.
least we got some warm. I think when we were there was one day where it was an absolute heat wave. I died.
Oh yeah. Like I can't imagine you coming to America when it's not summertime. For us, like, do you guys call it? I don't even want to start. This is the wrong stream.
Yes, we
for
call
this.
it winter. It's just autumn/fall. So you guys fall, us autumn. That's the only difference.
We need to call it autumn.
I don't know. I didn't decide on the wordage.
No, we need to. We need to. I think we used to. They changed it to
I feel
fall,
like
and they changed
I'm,
that
like,
stupid time thing
messing
around.
up.
Okay, so where else are we going with this stuff? I forget, man. I'm so.
I don't know.
Look, man, I have props.
There's
dude.
so much to discuss.
I had to take my helmet off. But I do have the.
That is pretty cool.
Yes. This is the Master Effects or whatever. So, yeah. Darth Vader, all the way.
No.
I'm a huge Vader fan. Like, I collect. See, I don't have any of that stuff. Oh, you know what I had? This is what messed me up, okay? So I was all ready for tonight. In my mind, dude, I was like, I have an opening. I want to do an opening here. And so the new Hot Wheels Millennium Falcon.
Interesting.
And it is a miniature. It's an incredible deal. It's like $13. And it's a miniature of the Elite Millennium Falcon. And I was like, where's my Millennium Falcon? It was like, because there used to be shelves right here. And it was, so we had to go to storage. And
Go grab it.
found, yeah, she finds it. She put it up. Didn't put it in. Didn't put it in the box it came in.
Oh
See?
no.
Yeah, I know. She
Tragedy.
Put it in newspaper. See?
Did she know
Box
I
it-
had a box to go into?
How do you not know? Look, I can't even hold this box. It's so big.
It's not hers. You should have packed it up yourself.
Yeah, exactly. You would think, don't put it away in places where it can't be found. And now, my cockpit's gone.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm absolutely heartbroken.
Sure, it's somewhere.
It's a tiny plastic clear cockpit. I was so proud. I went on Amazon and looked what I paid for this 5 years ago. Man, $25. Okay, and like that was like they were like $100. Like that's what the MSRP is. And it's like, oh my gosh, like I gotta try this out. And then now you try to buy one, they're like $350. I'm like,
Oh
I don't
jeez.
want one though. I want my cockpit because somewhere there's a cockpit missing its Millennium Falcon, and it's making my heart break. It's like I don't
I would
have
be annoyed
misplaced toys.
too, I
I don't
must
have
admit.
misplaced toys. One time I let somebody, my mom had somebody come over to my house, come over to the house, who I did not know who this kid was. My mom thought it'd be great that I played with him. I was like, no, I don't know who this kid is. Why is he playing with my toys? You know what he did? He destroyed them. Because that's what kids would do. They would blow them up. They would pull them apart, break the rubber bands in your G.I. Joes. And I'm like, what are you doing? My Millennium Falcon. I'm a huge Han Solo fan. You know this. It's now convertible. It took all the wind out of my sails, all my funness I wanted to do. I was ready to open this up and be like, oh, cool, let's check this out. Let's do all this stuff. Now I'm going to put this in a safe somewhere.
And not open it and just leave it as is.
Every May 4th, I'm just going to hold it like this, so it'll be close to my heart. And I'm going to pretend that it's just as good as this one. But I know it's not. This is die cast. This sucker's heavy.
Oh, yeah, if it's die cast, I can imagine that would
Yeah.
be. You could knock someone out with that.
Yes. But you know, the problem is that, see, then, like your radar dish would pop off. That's why you know it's very, it has a stand. I just dropped it.
You lose too many parts. You're losing parts all over the place. Maybe stop handling it.
No. I can't see put it back in because I got sunglasses on. There you go. But yeah, and it has a stand too. I don't know where that stand is anymore. Like,
I'm
see
sure
stand.
once you get all your boxes out of storage, you'll find it all.
It was right there. It was right here. It had been there for 5 years with a cockpit. Vegas
Normal
Rick.
cockpit.
This was the first thing he saw. I'm like, I was like, dude, I've got one thing that I think's cool, and it was this. He's like, that is the greatest Millennium Falcon I've ever seen. I was like, I can't believe this. Like, I should not be able to have this because it was expensive. I can't afford a Hot Wheels. It was $25. I was like, oh. It was my Christmas present to myself. December 6th, which happens to be Pearl Harbor Day, or the day before Pearl Harbor. Yeah, so my life sucks. So now I've decided I've got to have the only thing that's going to fill the void in my heart will be the $800 Lego Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, I think my dad has the smaller one.
I have to have the big one.
Yeah, I think
I'm
he's got
gonna
the one
glue
that's
it.
like, damn, like that big.
Oh, I love them. I love them.
I'm trying to think what else he's got because I got him a couple of the Lego helmets. So what did I get him? I got him, I think, just a normal stormtrooper and the Luke. I regret not buying the Darth Vader one back when I could have bought the Darth Vader one a couple of years ago.
Always go for Vader. Always go for Vader. There's
It's
a new
so
Vader
expensive
Black
to
Series.
try and find it now.
Yeah, like, and that's the. So my lightsaber, it was at. It was like at Costco or something. It was. Why is this here? You know, it was like, well, which one do you get? It's like they had like Obi-Wan Kenobi's and whoever the purple one, Samuel L. Jackson's,
Oh, yeah.
and they had Darth Vader's, and it's like. Then is when I decided, I was like, no, you got to get Darth Vader. Like, everything Darth Vader's the way to go. And so, like, the Black Series, like, I've got, like, a whole, like, bunch of Darth Vader action figures. There's a new one coming out in November. But his helmet's off.
There you go. Mace Windu. There you go.
Yeah, that guy. Isn't it funny his name's Mace?
Well,
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, and then what else is there? Now, hold on, do you guys do the Lego stuff? That's a big thing with Star Wars.
I'm not sure if there's like a lot of it over here, but there's still a fair bit of it. Like they advertise like all of the like the helmets and stuff like that. And my dad, what else did he buy? So because I first got him the helmet, the stormtrooper helmet, and then he went and bought like a Yoda thing. Like it's huge. It's like a big
wow.
like Yoda
Wow.
to make. So
Oh,
he's
that's
got that,
awesome.
and then he bought the Millennium Falcon.
It's so cool to think that it's your dad doing this. I mean,
Well,
it's just
my dad's the giant nerd. So whatever
That's
I've
awesome.
watched is because of him.
What did he get you into?
Well, it's just like from when I can remember, like watching Star Wars and Star Trek.
See, my
Like,
dad's
it's
a
like the
Star Trek guy.
Yeah, so it's like because I think I'm not quite sure what my dad prefers, to tell you the truth. I think he's just a big fan of like both of them. He might prefer Star Trek a little bit more. So I'm not a big fan of like the original Star Trek movies. I was more into watching sort of like the tail end of Next Generation and then
Can't be friends with you.
well, I'm sorry. And then Voyager.
What's Voyager?
So my
Is
dad's
that
just
the
a
one-
big Star Trek Voyager. So it was the one where it was the female captain.
That was surprisingly good. I really
It
liked
was
her.
really good.
Yeah.
One where they end up getting jettisoned and lost in space, and it's meant to take them like 100 years or something like that to get back.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I have a package delivery. Hang on.
Her phone rings? That's the doorbell? That's cool. Yeah, what's her name? She just wore tight clothes. That's all it is. She wore tight clothes. Nicholas Taylor, not a fan. Not a fan. Um, so what happened? We are talking about this on a stream I was on the other night. What happened when it used to be? It seems like it was like you're either a Star Wars fan or you're a Trekkie, and they weren't friends. They weren't a friendly thing. Now it seems like people you're allowed to like both. But even
I had a
then,
package. I had to run downstairs. My Timu stuff came.
awesome. So that's gonna be
I'm
another
back.
stream for you.
Yep.
Oh, that's great. That's great. What happened?
I don't know. There's a talk of Star Wars against Star Trek.
Oh, that's what I was saying. I was like, yeah. So like,
Why can't we
didn't
be
that used to be a
friends?
thing? Did you ever have that? Where it's like there were like Trekkies and they're Star Wars people, and they weren't. They didn't go to the same conventions.
Well, I'm not a big convention person, but and I haven't hung around a lot of nerds. But yeah, I think it's either your Star Wars or your Star Trek, and I think most people I knew were more Star Wars than Star Trek.
Isn't it weird that Star Trek is all about government and the laws and everything else, and Star Wars is all about the government's the bad guys?
Interesting.
They're the opposite. Like basically, we're pulling for the. I guess the Klingons had. I don't know, government stuff, but it's like, they had like a rule of law. They had the prime directive and everything in Star Trek. Star Wars was all about smuggling and trying to outrun the government. It was basically the Dukes of Hazzard in space. Did you guys have Dukes of Hazzard? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know Dukes of
Just some
Hazzard, isn't
good
it?
old
With
boys.
isn't that with a car, or is that something else?
Not Knight Rider.
Sounds familiar. I don't know if I watched it. Wait, did they do? Was it the movie that they had Jessica Simpson in?
It was
Was
a
that-
beloved TV show before that. Had Daisy
Yeah,
Duke.
I know, but I never watched it. Yeah,
Catherine
in
Bach.
her Daisy Duke.
Well, I don't know if you guys would even have it. Is why I was curious about it.
I can't remember the TV show, but I remember that specific movie.
Well, so
there you go.
They ran Moonshine.
Mad Max, the General Lee.
Yes, yeah, the General Lee.
He knows more
It's a
than me.
great car, the Dodge Charger. Or was it a Challenger? Charger. It was a Charger. New ones are Challengers. Guava Ball, and then with the car, bangs his head against the wall. Well, anyway, no, they ran Moonshine, which, do you guys have Moonshine? Is that a thing in Australia?
Probably,
Okay, it's not.
but I don't know.
If you don't know, then it's not. Anyway, there were smugglers. We'll just put it like this. There were smugglers running from the sheriff, which is what Han Solo was, a smuggler running from the sheriff. He'd
yeah.
outran Imperial cruisers. So, what else are we going to talk about?
Fair. I can't remember. Oh, I'm struggling. My back's really sore from the gym. So if I'm moving around, I apologize, guys. I'm just very uncomfortable.
Why
It's
do you
so-
don't have
it's so-
like 10,000 fetish followers? I don't know. I mean, I'm really struggling. My back is sore from the gym. Sorry, guys. I'm dressed as Princess Leia.
The thing where I said before, I'm like, oh, I'll go in honor of Carrie Fisher. I was gonna not wear a bra because she couldn't wear any underwear under her original white dress. But I'm like, I shouldn't do that. But I'll say it. It's true. She wasn't allowed to like wear anything underneath that original dress that you see her in A New Hope. Chris Mullen, yep, she'll let it all hang free.
I should have got the purple one.
Oh well, next time. Guava, I'm feeling the force now. Sure you will.
I didn't realize this thing could be so much fun. I need a smaller one. Oh, geez, that came out bad. Glad Joe no filters.
Well,
not
where's
here.
Grandma?
She's
Where's
hiding.
Grandma?
She's hiding. She's like, I told you guys the easy way to do this, and you screwed it all up.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're having a great time.
We're
I enjoy
sorry.
this. No, this is great. This is great. And so I would like to do another one of these. Would you?
Be good. Be good. We just have to work out topics next time.
Well, I mean, we've never really done topics. And that's I don't know. I didn't, with Star Wars, I mean, we still can. I mean, but how far do you want to go into it? And, okay, so I'll tell my story then. I love, okay, so Jedi, absolutely love it. But then as I aged, I realized that Empire Strikes Back, I started being drawn towards it. And now when I think about it, I think it was the music of Empire. And there's that one scene, it's where they're escaping Hoth and they're in the asteroid field and you see the Millennium Falcon do that. The music that follows with that gets me, I can hear it right now. I can hear the whole symphony and everything. It's just really, it was awesome. So yeah, Empire Strikes Back is my favorite. And now also, what my evolution of stuff was, you left Empire. Yeah, and I saw this was somebody, a movie critic was talking about, said you left Empire, and the bad guys won. That's not supposed to happen.
Think that's why that one out of the original trilogy, why that one is kind of, because I'm a girl. So, that one was always my least favorite because everything just goes to crap. So, it doesn't end in a happy way. You know what I mean? So, at the end of New Hope, there's something, good that happens at the end, the boys are given their medal. Except for Chewie. Chewie doesn't get shit. And I'm like, he got robbed. And then, you have the celebration at the end.
Let the dog inside. I mean, dogs aren't supposed to be inside palaces like that. Could you imagine if he got fleas?
Would he really get fleas though? Because he's got fur.
People get fleas.
Bolson's with me. Chewie got screwed.
I don't know.
And then, you've got the whole celebration at the end of,
If Chewie got screwed, nothing was worse than when Rey stole the Millennium Falcon from him.
Yeah, that makes absolutely no sense.
He's like, oh, hey, you can have a... Do what?
It just makes... But I was going to say, because at the end of, The Force Awakens... Not The Force Awakens, the last one. My God, why is my brain not working today?
Rise of Skywalker or whatever.
Yeah, Rise of Skywalker. Don't they give Chewie... a medal or something like that.
Yeah, here you can have dead
Luke's here you go.
dead Han's medals. But by the way, I'm taking the Millennium Falcon.
Years ago.
Yeah, but I'm taking the Millennium Falcon, which should be his.
Yeah.
It's just it's like, oh, everybody's like, oh, look, this is so great. I mean, I would love to have been in that room when they came with that idea. Like, wait a second, you're taking the Millennium Falcon. You're giving this chick not only the Millennium Falcon, but she also gets an X-Wing. What's going on? Like, who is she again? Because she's not good looking.
Oh, that movie was just so stupid. I'm Rey Skywalker. Since when?
Now you're stealing. When she had to fill out,
name.
When she had to fill out the spaceship registration, and she used a fake ID. She's a thief. Supposedly she's a Padawan or whatever. Not Padawan. What is it? Palpatine.
Yeah, what the... Yeah. That...
You know what that is?
Like, when you watch The Force Awakens, you think... Like, at the end of that, you're like, oh, they may actually, have something cool that comes out of this. And then you get to, she's a Palpatine, you're like, excuse me.
That's like saying she's Hitler's daughter.
I'm like, they didn't even make stuff that they did in the first movie like make sense. It doesn't make sense. And where the hell did Palpatine get his like giant army that comes out of like the smoke? What? How were they living down there? Where did you find them? How were they living? Where was their food?
I mean, if he's
How did
that
they build
powerful,
these ships? How did they build these ships? What are there? There's like how many ships there are? There's like freaking what 20 billion like people running these ships.
Yeah, they all popped up out of the water.
Where did you find the 20 billion people to run all these like numerous like?
And
it makes no sense.
I mean, geez, surely the hell you'd have figured that out somewhere. You were a part of a government for 20 years, and then all of a sudden you lost. I mean, that's something else they don't ever talk about. It was the New Order. Oh, that's stupid. You know what the New Order is? The New Order is when the McRib comes back at McDonald's. Oh, I'm going to make a new order. I mean, dude, it's so dumb. And then it's like, and they so Disney, the Stormtroopers. They're like, oh, hey, we're Disney now, so all the Stormtroopers are going to look like Donald Duck. I'm really surprised that when they do a wide angle, like from the knees down, it's not painted orange. It's stupid. Yeah, it's like 20 million people. Yeah, it's like, okay, yeah, I see why you're the resistance. You lost. You lost the freely elected. You only won by overthrowing the government. You know, what did the Empire ever do wrong? That's what I've never been answered. What did the Empire do wrong? I've always been pro-Vader, pro-Empire, and I like Han Solo because he does his own thing. What did the Empire do wrong?
Yeah, but they're on different sides.
Only when they run into each other.
Well, you're running into your future wife's dad, so I'm sure there was always bound to be problems.
Right. But what was the Empire? What did they do wrong? They brought peace. They opened the trade routes. I mean, who were they oppressing? What was so bad about them? Yeah, they made them turn down their rock music. Daddy won't let me listen to rock and roll. Because the Princess Leia was like 17 or something. She was 18 when that movie was made, wasn't she?
Something like that.
Star Wars?
No, I think they were like, when they were like 19 or 20.
Well, still. She's living at home. Dad won't let her do coke and listen to Deep Purple.
Hey, they blew up her home. They blew up her home and her dad was there, man. Did you forget that?
Her dad's Darth Vader.
No, her adopted dad.
Oh, well, that guy, he was on LA Law.
He took her in as a baby. Although he always wanted a daughter. So it's like, oh, here, gimme.
They stole those kids.
Well,
they didn't go to
their mum left them, and technically so then their dad didn't know that they survived. So they had to go somewhere.
Yeah, but guess what?
I feel like Luke got the rough end of the stick on that. Like, she gets to go off and live as a princess.
And he's a water
has to
farmer.
be in the sand.
Yeah.
He gets
water evaporator.
Yeah. What I don't understand is, if they were trying to hide Luke, why did he have the same last name? Why not change his last name? Why give him to his uncle? It's just like technically if Vader didn't have his aversion to the sand, he would have gone there and found his son. They didn't hide him. Anyone could have found him.
So then Princess Leia should have been the chosen one.
Who knows? Maybe if she had the proper training.
I don't know. She became Mary Poppins.
Sorry?
She became Mary Poppins in space.
They did Carrie Fisher dirty.
Dude, I laughed.
I swear they in all those movies they did each of the original characters dirty. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They should have had them all on the Millennium Falcon again. You know, that's what everybody wanted to see. But no, it was all about, oh, we're going to kill off the previous generation, and they're getting ready to do that with Indiana Jones. And it's like, what? Why would you do this? Because here's the thing: you're not going to take your kids to get into a movie that like you think it sucks. I don't know what's going on, man. It's a weird mind melt. But no,
Voila. She was dirty in Return of the Jedi.
do
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, the bikini.
Yeah. I meant the last three movies, but anyway, sorry. I interrupted
Sorry.
again.
Yeah, but
But yeah, the whole Luke and Leia are polar opposites. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, it's just so weird, man. I don't know. And you know that's something else. Nobody cared about the Ewoks. You know what? If they'd have brought Jar Jar Binks into the last trilogy, I think it would have been better.
I don't know about that. What would he have done though? What would he have done? Would he have still been alive? How long does that species survive?
I don't know. I don't know.
Probably
anything
was
about
happy
fish.
living under the water.
Was he like a fish dog? He kind of looked like a dog, but he's kind of a fish.
A little bit. Could have the big things. Jar Jar is the reason they went to war. Yeah.
What do you think about who's that guy? Poe? What was his name?
Poe Dameron.
Yeah. Like I really thought, like, oh, cool. This is gonna be like he's gonna be the cool anti-hero type guy. He's gonna be like kind of like Solo. And he had like two or three good jokes. They wanted to kill him in the first scene, and he
Yeah, I
cried
know.
for his character, and so they kept him.
It didn't like the whole crash and then him disappearing and then turning up later did not make sense. I'm sorry. It didn't make sense. And then his character got really annoying and like I don't know. His character just got very annoying. Like in the second movie where it's like, no, you can't do this. No, you can't do that. I was just like, I'm sorry. Who died and made you taking over everything? Poe got through it. I don't know. I don't like the Poe character. I found him annoying.
Yeah, but like he could have been cool. He had a cool X-wing. I mean, black
He
and
had
orange.
potential.
That's cool. But he had that soccer
And
ball.
BB-8 was cool.
You like that
BB-8 was
thing?
cool.
I hate
I
that
like
thing.
BB-8. I like BB-8.
First thing I see is the soccer ball rolling around. Don't you want to kick it and just see how far it'll go? Like how
Not really.
far does it go
It's
before?
cute.
What was the cute part? The color, orange and white. I like that. That's my college colors.
Oh, he was little. He rolled around and made cute noises.
So did R2D2, but he has a filthy mouth. If you ever translate him,
Well, I've never translated it, and now I don't think I will. So
R2 is a very violent cusser.
well, look at everything that R2 has seen and been through, and his memory never got wiped throughout all the movies.
Yeah, they killed C-3PO, didn't they?
Oh, in that last movie? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They ended up having to wipe all of his memory banks. But I don't know, weren't they saying that they had to keep wiping his memory's been wiped a few times already?
Does memory make an AI have a personality? Is memory the
One
key
would
to
probably think it would, because look at all of the like droids and everything throughout all of the movies. They all have personalities.
Well, I never thought about that.
Oh, was it Mad Max and Volstorm? Chopper. So Chopper is the droid in Rebels. That he's pretty funny.
I need to see Chopper or whatever, Rebels. But that's on
Yeah.
Disney. I don't have Disney.
Everything is on Disney Plus, even all the Marvel movies
Yeah, I watched them all.
and TV series and all that.
Yeah. Are you excited to see Miss Marvel come back?
I from seeing the trailer for it, I'm like, I don't know about this, because like, was it that Ms. Marvel, that TV show? It was all right, but it wasn't the best. I can't even remember how that finished. So
I didn't even watch the
I'm
first
just
episode.
like,
I ignored it.
no, I think we pretty much watched it all. I just found it a bit boring. Hawkeye was awesome. Hawkeye was.
I enjoyed Hawkeye.
I loved Hawkeye.
Well, see, I'm a fan of Hawkeye in the comics, and I wanted Hawkeye
He
to have a
doesn't
bigger
have any
role.
superpowers either.
See,
He's just
exactly.
awesome at shooting an arrow.
Yeah, yeah.
He's an awesome character.
really
He's actually like in Endgame. He's my favorite character.
You know, he becomes what, Ronin or something,
Yeah.
which is the Ninja Turtle thing we were talking about earlier. See, I'm not familiar with that character. Oh my gosh! Speaking of characters, they killed off the Punisher.
Yeah, you sent me that. I'm like, what the hell? They did him dirty. Why do they keep doing this to characters?
No,
I
he's
don't know.
gone because he's he's bad, and in 3D world, cops and military like the Punisher skull.
Oh,
Did you read? Did you see how they did it? Like they use magic. Okay, that's the worst part. And then they like brought back his wife, he's been fighting for all these years, and his wife tells him that she didn't love him and she was planning on divorcing him. And he's
yeah,
like, "Well, I had no reason to live," so he killed himself.
that's
Yeah, that's just awful. The Punisher, Chris Mullen, the Punisher, Frank Castle, Volstorm. You didn't know
like
that?
I really enjoy. Was it the original Punisher movie?
The
What was
one,
that?
there was one with Dolph Lundgren. Nobody knows about. And then there was the one with dude, the dude who is God, he was in Hung. I can't think of his name now. Ballstorm knows. He's going to tell us here. Thomas Jane, thank you. Thomas Jane.
Yep. I was just trying to look it up.
Yeah. Did you ever see the YouTube video he did about Punisher?
No.
So, like, people kept wanting a sequel. Like, that has a huge cult following, that movie does.
Yeah.
And they wanted a sequel. And so, like, him and, I don't know, like some of the people from Punisher, they did a short film. And I don't think it ever says that it is the Punisher, but it's all just like the Punisher. And yeah, we'll have to check it out sometime.
Yeah, I'll have to look it up.
But I mean, we'll totally.
Because I really like that movie.
Oh, it's awesome with Rebecca Romijn.
Because I didn't mind the like the Punisher like Marvel show, but I didn't enjoy it as much as that original movie. Like I couldn't get into it as much. Some of the Marvel TV shows were a little bit like those early ones were a little bit hard to get into.
The Punisher TV show. I watched. Was it somebody said? I read somewhere. It's like the Punisher you need to read, and it's like the beginning origins. And it was like it was a graphic novel. Like he's in Vietnam, and he kind of goes very Apocalypse Now type over there, and I know it was very cool, very deep. It kind of goes a little crazy. And anyway, like that character is who in the TV show you kind of can relate to. I know
Mm.
it's stupid. You have to do all that stuff. Uh, and Guava has no soul.
Where'd you lose it? It's in the basement.
No, it is.
Yeah. Guava
That's
left
where
his soul in the basement.
I was in the basement the other day. But my camera didn't work.
Probably a good
So,
thing.
did you say probably pooping?
No, probably a good thing.
Oh. See, I love your language. It's beautiful, but it's some of the things don't translate
Hard
to
to
my ears
understand
correctly.
my accent. At least I don't mumble as badly as Mad Max. I struggle trying to understand what he says half of the time, and
I
we
really
have
thought
the
you were
same
going to say
accent.
me.
No.
Yeah, White Rabbit says I'm a mumbler. And I'm
Yeah, Mad
like,
Max is a big mumbler.
well, here's what I figured out this. She's listening to me when I'm not talking to her. Okay?
So you talk to yourself.
Yeah, you figured that one out quick. Oh, hey, I just lost my computer. I didn't touch anything. I hadn't touched anything, and so it went to screensaver. That was weird.
You swear it wasn't you. It's not my
Well,
fault.
you know what? Actually, I did touch something. I just put my hand back on the Millennium Falcon. I did this. Like, it's okay.
You're
And
petting your
then,
ship.
and
You're
then
fondling it. You're gently caressing it.
the Millennium Falcon.
Well, I can't help
Well,
if you're gently caressing your sheep. All right.
well, you know, ships are always called she's. They are. They're always in
Why
a.
is that?
Uh, because it's the love the captain has with the ship. It's like a woman. You have to take care of it. You have to
Is
watch
that why it
for
goes
it. You have
down
to
with the ship?
you have to protect it. It's it has needs that only the captain understands. It has a personality that only the captain understands,
Hmm.
and no one
So he's in a
can.
relationship with his ship.
Basically, that's how it goes. So what happens when you're at sea too long? That and you talk to yourself and you mumble. You
Hmm.
mumble as you talk to yourself. So that's that's it. So anyway, well, listen, let's do this again, and uh, let's have a planned topic. I
Yes.
mean, and not that this was bad. This was obviously very Star Wars oriented, but at the same time, it's like this is our inaugural. It's like there's so
Hmm.
many things that we talked about. It was funny
I
because the
know.
more we talk about like doing this, the more it's like, oh my gosh, like what did you hear? It's like the lady's like, did you hear about Indiana Jones? Or it's like I'll be like, oh, you saw Spider Verse? I was like, yeah. It's like I can't stand any type of time travel that's not based off of
It's not
Back to the
time
Future.
travel.
I know that it's wizardry. I don't like wizardry. I've never seen
It's
Harry
not
Potter.
wizardry either. It's science. Damn it.
Did you see where they changed Aragorn to a black man?
Why do they keep doing this? Why? Why does Hollywood feel the need
Where
that
are they gonna
they
get a
need to
black
keep?
dude in like what is exactly Europe? Like I mean, it's like it's England. It's like where's he coming from? Like,
Chris Mullen loves time travel. You're insulting her.
all right, give me a good time travel movie. See, I
Back to
love
the
Back to the
Future.
Future. I love it. That's one of my favorite movies, and I have never owned any version of it.
You serious?
Yeah, weird, right?
Wow.
Oh, Chris Mullen likes Doctor
Oh,
Who.
Terminator.
Yeah, Nicholas got me. Nicholas got me there.
Yep, Terminator. And Chris
Ex-
Mullen, Doctor Who.
Except I'm
There's
not a Doctor
certain
Who
Doctor
fan.
Who that there's a certain period of Doctor Who that I watch and like. The rest of it I'm pretty on.
I think Guava Ball just discovered that Time Bandits is on HBO right now.
I don't think I've seen Time Bandits.
He's mentioned it like 5 times.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember him mentioning it, but I haven't seen it.
Um, Star Trek 4, where they go back for the whales.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. No, I do like that movie. That's the
It's
the one that I
amazing.
like.
It's
Yeah,
amazing
I
how
love
good
that
that is.
movie.
It's like I remember like
Mm.
not liking it, and I was like, I got into a big Star Trek thing a couple years ago. They're all on Amazon, and so like I don't know why I was like every single one. I don't think I'd ever seen the one, The Search for God or whatever that was, the fifth one.
I'm pretty sure I've seen I pretty sure I've seen all of them. My dad's put them on from time to time, but the one that I liked was The Whale. That's probably because we'd been to like SeaWorld and stuff like that. Because I went to America when I was 8, and so we were in LA and we went to SeaWorld.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, Shamu.
so that's probably where the fascination for that movie came from.
Yeah, but they were different kind of whales, though, weren't they? I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
They're
No,
all
well,
big.
but yeah, it was the
Blue
killer
whale
whale or
or
whatever it was.
well,
What's
yeah,
the
SeaWorld's the killer whale.
yeah? Whereas in this movie they go back and save a humpback whale.
There's too many whales. I don't understand it.
Different species.
Are you into the whale vomit, that phenomenon?
No,
Have you heard about this? It is
no,
like
no, no.
worth more than gold. If you stumble upon a pile of whale, by the way, it's gonna be disgusting. Like you may just be like, I don't want anything to do with that. But the value of it is like triple what gold is.
How do they determine the value of whale vomit?
Japanese. Anything
Well,
sick and from the
they're the
sea
ones
is
that
Japan.
made whales and
Vomit.
whales nearly extinct because they kept
Were
hunting them.
they? I mean, I always hear that. I'm like, but how many people are going out in the sea and counting them?
Well, there must be people looking over it. There must be someone.
Christopher Columbus saw mermaids, and they just happened to be manatees. Boy, don't you bet they were in for a big surprise when the first sailor jumped ship for a manatee.
Well, weren't mermaids not meant to look good anyway? Mermaids are sirens. Sirens aren't meant to be attractive. They're just meant to allure with their voice, but they're evil,
See,
isn't it?
you've got that Greek mythology about you, that Greek in you, that Greek background, family, whatever. You know all that stuff. I know nothing.
I don't.
No, I know. Only thing I know about the Greek is feta.
Yeah,
I don't know very
feta
much.
cheese. Feta
Did they have the
cheese.
Colosseum? What did they have?
Yeah.
They had Popeye.
Oh my goodness. What do you mean, Popeye? Who had
Didn't the Greeks
Popeye?
have Popeye?
I have no idea.
Or is that Pluto?
I don't know.
I thought you were sorry. What?
Now you're confusing me. We went from like nerd to like we went from like movie nerd to like ancient history. I'm an ancient history nerd.
You're an ancient history nerd?
I said I'm not an ancient
Oh.
history nerd.
No, I don't know. No, all that stuff is all fake or whatever. I'm like Clash of the Titans.
Mm,
You didn't see that? Science fiction stuff? Okay.
sounds familiar.
All right. Now I know my genre. We're gonna fast forward. Are you a Indiana Jones fan? Will you be watching the Indiana Jones movie?
Yes, I didn't watch the last one, that Crystal Skull one, but I will watch it.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start talking about it. Kaiser Pineapple told me it comes out this month. I was like, ooh, I'm gonna do some videos on it.
There have been so many movies coming out. I feel like I keep going to the movies because what we just saw.
Tell Spider
We saw the
Verse, right?
Yeah, we saw Spider-Verse. We saw
Mario Brothers.
the Mario Brothers movie. Mad Max, what else did we see?
You saw John Wick, and you saw
Didn't see John Wick
Guardians of the
4.
Galaxy.
Geez, you know better than what I do.
That's weird, isn't it? Well, it sounds exciting because I'm like like, wow. One day I'd like to go see a picture show. I'm like, they have electricity in there. Wow, that's kind of like how I am.
Chris
So,
Mullins is saying the new Flash
Huck, how you
movie.
doing? The claymation in Clash of the Titans was awesome. It absolutely was. That owl, man, I thought that owl was so crazy cool.
I'm trying to remember if I saw Clash of the Titans. I'm sure I probably have, but it was probably very, very long
Harry
time
Hamlin.
ago. Actually, you know what? I'm looking at pictures. Maybe I haven't.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right. Well, listen. The Day the Earth Stood Still, the original. I never saw it. Hey, maybe that's what we need to do. Is like watch some of these older. You know what? Have you ever seen?
We've got
War of the-
homework.
Oh no, I've already got that from Steve Gosney. I've got 2 books. Did you see my book? Did you see this? You can tell we're
The
winding
pink
down. 'Cause I'm
key
making-
one.
Yes, yes. Look at this. I was like, that's it. It's like I really did. My brain's read she when I opened it up in the bag, and
Well, 'cause it was
of course,
pink?
yeah, and I have to admit, hot pink might be my second favorite color. So I was like, man, this isn't a good thing. Me to make fun of it, but I really do like hot pink. But what's funny is that Gosney, he immediately hits me. I mean, I fell for the biggest trap there is, right? And it was, you wouldn't judge a book by a cover, would you? I was like,
Oh, I think I remember hearing that bit.
yeah, I would. So I can't remember. I gotta watch. Did you ever see the movie Excalibur? That's supposed to be one I'm supposed to watch. I think Spartacus, or maybe
It sounds
not. I can't
familiar.
remember.
I don't know if I remember watching it. I think one of
No.
yeah, no. And that's another one I need to put on my list to watch.
Oh, Huck with a super sticker. Thank you. Thank you. Speaking of, we gotta get I gotta get a hold. This is Huck's dad. We need to get a hold of him and find out about everything Huck related and get his. I still can't believe he's the. How old was he? 8 when he did the first
Something like
backflip?
that. And he's so super talented. Like, holy cow.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you, Huck's dad. That is awesome. Thank you so much. All right. Well, so listen, let's call it a night. You want to?
Up to you.
Well, I mean, you gotta tell me if you don't want to. I mean, I'll just be like, okay, cool. Let me go get a drink, and what am I gonna do? I'm just
I
gonna
don't
look
know.
around the place. What's happening? What's going on next? Is there a party somewhere?
Well, let's organize like an actual topic discussion for another stream.
Yeah, it is. Look at this. That's awesome.
I tried.
Hey, you look great. You absolutely look great.
All I did was put on a wig. That's all I did.
You look great, and this is a great way to do this. Guys, I hope everybody here had a good time. We're trying to
Yeah, thanks,
reach out,
guys.
find some new stuff. And here's the thing is, we're friends. That's so weird still to think like how you become friends on the internet. And it's like
Yeah,
across
I
the
know.
globe and stuff. It's like, okay. But we're friends. It's weird how we like the same things. It's like all of us here, everybody here is this little family. We all like the same stuff and everything else. It's like one day you're like, wait a second, you're a Star Wars fan? It's like, yeah, well, not the new ones. Don't get me wrong. It's like, oh wow, like we should be talking about
I
this.
think anybody who likes those 3 movies has never truly enjoyed the original movies. They're all made for people who have never experienced Star Wars before. They've got no idea what Star Wars is. That's the only way you can like those movies.
You're onto something there. You're really onto something there.
Not really.
No, it's true. Oh, look at this. This is Guapa wants to grill me on the original Star Wars movies. He will fail. I mean, I
I'll
didn't get a
probably fail
chance. He
too.
will fail. So, yeah, here we go. It's Huck Krasinski broke the BMX world record for youngest to do a backflip.
That is insane. That is just
Isn't that
absolutely
though?
incredible. Such a talented kid.
It really is. It really is. All right. Well, listen. Tomorrow night's Friday Night Live.
Mm-hmm. Looks like I'm
You,
wearing this again. So
Guava,
if
do you hear
ever
that?
so it's like if you didn't enjoy seeing me in the wig today, I don't know if you'll enjoy seeing it tomorrow.
You look great.
I
You
feel
really do.
weird.
No,
I
it's
feel like I do
awesome.
not look like myself. Maybe it's because the hair is really
Yeah, you're not
dark.
supposed to look like yourself. That's the
I
whole
guess so.
point to this. I'm
Guava's
telling
happy.
you, this Guava, tell her that she could do the calendar better than anybody could. She's got, she can do it herself. She's got all the talent, all the, you don't have to pay anybody. You know that they have apps that will put calendars together for you now?
Well,
Star Wars Girl is charging $30 a calendar. You're
yeah,
worth
but
at
she's
least
like
25.
cool and she's hot, man. I can't compete with
You're talking about yourself. I don't think she's that good looking. I like her a lot.
that.
I like her a
Really?
lot. No, I like Anna a lot.
She's
But
very cool.
I would not say that like just because she is pretty that you can't be pretty too. I mean, everybody can be pretty. We can have more. We need more beautiful people. That's what it boils down to.
I guess so.
Look, shut up and take my money for a calendar
Oh,
and autograph every month. Think about it. Like she'll autograph July as in stay warm because it'll be cold in Australia. Yeah, I
and you
really
guys
do
all
need to
get
go to motivation
confused
speech.
if there's like if there's a bikini pic in like January. It'd be very confusing.
That's how you sell it. See, America, we would be, look, you do it. Guava and I will take care of the marketing. We'll get that sucker marketed out there, right, Guava? I mean, look, he gets on a few nerd boards, and the next thing you know, because think about that.
Hey, he
What's
works with
better?
plenty of Indians.
Counts with dots. Guys, hey, listen, tomorrow night, 9 p.m. here, Friday Night Live. Come and join Leia and anybody else. I don't
Face
know.
buns.
Maybe I'll start the stream and then I'll take off so you guys can have a good time. But anyway, guys, thanks for coming in tonight. Appreciate y'all. Love you guys. Of course, always the very talented and beautiful Melissa Jane. Please go to her channel, subscribe. We're trying to get her to 1,000. It's like I don't know. It's I don't know
It's
why
gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while.
yeah, it does.
I'll get
It
there
does.
eventually.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Maybe. Who knows?
I just got a thing today said I had 30,000 watch hours total, and I was like, I don't know what that means. I'm like, I can't do math. That's 125 hours per person that subbed.
Oh wow.
I think
That's
something
pretty
like
good.
that. Yeah, y'all need lives. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. I love you guys. Thanks for coming here. I don't have anything cool for anything else, so I'm coolest. So anyway, guys, be safe. Have a good night. And
Thanks,
again, Mel,
guys.
thank you, Leia.
Well,
Thank
I woke
you.
up to go get me a cold pop, and then I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, "Oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire!" Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life, and then the smoke got her. I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that.